The COVID-19 pandemic is still with us, and you're tired of waiting for it to be over, and so am I. You're interested in growing your online business despite the pandemic, right? Me too. And you know what? It's not looking like there may be an off switch where we go from where we are now with coronavirus surges happening in various places around the world to where we were at the beginning of March 2020. We were people who were going about our lives oblivious to what was just about to hit us. I'm Pamela Wilson, and I coach people in mid-career to build profitable online businesses. If you want to see more videos about how to grow your online business in midlife, be sure to subscribe below. It's looking like vaccines, masks, and restrictions about gathering in large groups may be a part of our lives into the future. So how do you grow an online business in that environment? Well, take heart. This is where things start to look up because, yes, a few things have changed in the online world, and we're going to talk about those, but some things have actually gotten better than they were before the pandemic. If you're looking forward to this video, please give it a thumbs up and let's dive in. One big thing I noticed in 2020 and 2021 is that lockdowns made interacting, learning, buying, and generally doing business online 100% acceptable. Before that, there was still a lot of skepticism around making money online. Now, people have noticed that online business in general has been one of the most stable ways to generate revenue during the pandemic. At the time that I'm recording this, in late 2021, online spending is up 56% compared to the same period in pre-pandemic 2019. Most online business owners went into the pandemic with the mechanics of working from home already in place. We had the fastest internet connections we could afford. We had places set up in our homes to work. We owned webcams, and we had the basic tools we needed. I started my online business on January 1st, 2010. When lockdown started 10 years later in 2020, one of the first things I said to family members who checked in on me was, "I'm fine. Apparently, I've been preparing for this moment for the last 10 years. Rather than rail against the pandemic at this point, what can we learn from it, and how can we take those lessons into the future of our online businesses? I've got 3 concepts I want to talk about today. First, focus on what has not changed. The concepts I'm about to share were all a part of our online business world before the pandemic, but they've taken on new weight and importance now. The first one is connection. Connection is key online, so find ways now to connect on a personal level. Video is super important right now, and that's one of the reasons I started creating videos for YouTube. Relationships matter. Some people are saying that one of the most important aspects of social media is how it facilitates a place to chat. What if social media became less of a place where we post incessantly about our businesses and more of a place where we start conversations? Think to yourself, how can you foster connection today? Real human-to-human connection in your online business now and in the future. The second concept is flexibility. People are demanding flexibility, so make sure that your online offer gives this to them. Learning flexibility, working flexibility, payment flexibility. Life has been ever-changing since the pandemic started. Restrictions, limitations, shortages. It's like the ground is constantly shifting under our feet, and this is happening to everyone. You, me, and the people we serve. This is where your humanity and compassion have a chance to shine with the flexibility that you offer. Use your creativity and welcome new ideas from the people you serve. Ask them, What would make it easier for you to learn from me, buy from me, or hire me? How can you offer more flexible ways to work with your business? The third concept is boundaries. Your online business success is dependent on you, the person who's running the show. And that means that in the midst of all this extra connection and flexibility you're going to offer, you may feel more stretched than ever. I want to remind you to put healthy boundaries in place and to model those healthy boundaries for your prospects and customers. Boundaries are going to look different for everyone, but here's an example of a boundary. The only way to work with me personally is through my Offer Accelerator program. This is a program where I work with people in mid-career to build profitable online offers, products or services that generate consistent revenue in their businesses. I make myself very available to the people in this program. We have weekly coaching sessions. I do weekly reviews of their projects, and we have a private group where members can ask me questions, except on weekends. You know why? Because on weekends, I need to recover. If I'm going to show up for my Offer Accelerator members and be that involved in their businesses, I've got to take time off. That's what I mean by boundaries. It means telling that client that you'll get back to them on Monday. It means pushing away from your desk at a reasonable hour. It means prioritizing sleep, food, movement, and everything else that keeps you physically and mentally healthy. By the way, you can find out more about working with me at theofferaccelerator.com. So how can you create boundaries that keep you mentally and physically healthy now and in the future? I know this wasn't the typical make money online in the pandemic video, but someone needs to hear this, and maybe it's you. Growing your online business during the pandemic and after the pandemic means if you prioritize connection, flexibility, and boundaries, you can't go wrong.